Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Rob.
And welcome to episode 50 of the Stream Bucket Podcast.
50, the 50th anniversary special. We are here.
Woohoo!
Oh my god, how far we've come.
And it's almost, we just worked out, 2 years since we actually started.
Almost 2 years since we started.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
What an amazing story since then. We've been on the radio, we've made a horror movie, we've been to horror festivals, we've gone mental.
Literally, the whole path of Holiday Media has happened since we've been on air, I guess. On air. But yeah, and we've changed relatively recently. We're now strictly podcast only.
Yep.
No music.
But independent, we can say what we wish within legal terms.
We could say that radio sucks.
Radio's dead. Radio Gaga, more my radio blah blah.
TV killed the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video.
Video killed the radio.
It is, yeah. We love radio, really.
In fact, podcasts are just really radio.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
But yeah, so we've got 50 episodes of good question. Yeah.
I always try and make people jump in later than the first episodes.
Do you?
I do, because the improv I hate.
I like the improv.
I liked it, but there's sometimes it was bad.
It forced us out of our comfort zone, though.
It did force us out of our comfort zone.
That's my only criticism about the show.
Yeah.
Is sometimes it's just a phoned in.
Yeah.
It's just us having a chat, which is fine. But with the dread of the improv, it always...
Oh my god, we have to perform! We're going on stage!
Yeah, absolutely. And I did quite like doing all the sound effects, all the booshes and booms.
Yes, it was fun. I must say, Adam, I know we're exchanging gifts later, but I've bought something for us. Just bear with me a moment.
I thought he was going to hug me then.
Oh, Jesus.
God, he had his arms open and he stood up. He's going into the kitchen. He's opening the fridge. He's left the fridge open and gone elsewhere. He's gone back to the fridge with 2 glasses. Oh, oh no. What have you got? He's looking at me. He's suspect.
Hello! Welcome to my wonderful restaurant. I hear that you've ordered
Oh my god.
I hear that you've ordered the pink lambrini.
Oh god.
Wow.
Why?
A hallmark of British tradition is the pink lambrini.
Why is it the liquid's not pink though? Why is it pink?
I'm imagining it's strawberry flavoured or something. I don't know.
Oh god.
And I thought, as it's the 50th anniversary special, we should
drink some absolute cat piss.
We should drink a romantic, high class.
Could have got the wine glasses, you scumbag.
No, I can only saw one of them. Has the other one been smashed?
Oh, probably.
Oh. Whilst
Once he struggles opening the bottle. Do you know, when we started this podcast, we would have a routine of really fancy, really delicious rioja. We'd drink rioja after the record, we'd eat chicken, and now, 50 shows on, we're drinking lambrini.
Well, you know when you go to Iceland and you're looking at the really, really high quality beverages, and then the pink lambrini catches your eye, and you think,
spill a bit on my table. That's going to dissolve the finishing.
Yeah, that's going to go straight through the floor and onto the new neighbours.
Oh,
well, there we go. Is it pink?
It's definitely not pink.
In any way, shape or form.
That is pure, sort of watered down apple tango.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. There's a head on it.
I'll tell you something, it's bloody good.
Oh! No, it's not.
No,
I was waiting for the recoil, didn't get it, and then it came.
Then it came.
Oh, God.
What are we talking about on our 50th anniversary show, Adam? What do we have in store for our wonderful fans?
Well. We've obviously got the news, the fortnight as normal.
Yep.
We are going to discuss some of our favourite bits from the past.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was given the word wall. A brick wall kind of thing. A wall.
Yeah,
a wall, Robert.
A wall.
A wall. So I chose a film that I sort of knew about but hadn't actually seen. And oh my god. Oh my ruddy god, Rob.
I've never, in the freaking 13 and a bit years that I've known you, I've never seen you more giddy whilst watching a film. And bear in mind that we're film watchers and we have a film podcast. This is the most ecstatic you've been watching a film.
It's bloody brilliant. So it's 2008's Doomsday. Scotland gets an evil virus and they have to quarantine and rebuild Hadrian's Wall, Robert.
Yeah.
Wall. And it's one of the best films I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's got Mad Max, it's got Robin Hood, it's got James Bond, it's got Aliens.
It's got everything.
Escape from New York, really
Everywhere.
clearly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about that later. And we're gonna just this lamp really has gone to my head.
Good.
We're gonna slip in some old things. Some old things.
Some blasts from the past.
Yeah.
And then, to culminate the show, we have a big announcement.
A bloody big announcement.
We have a big announcement, don't we, Brian?
Yes, we do. Reese Allen Davis. What's your bloody name?
John Rhys Davies.
John Rhys Davies.
Are we so giddy that we're being freaking annoying at the moment?
Yeah, probably.
Good, that's fine. That's the level that we want to be.
It's also very hot in here.
It's very hot. There might be some heat stroke.
It's very hot in here.
But we're going to maintain this. Just bear with us. We're going to talk about facts and opinions and stuff as well.
Facts. And we're going to be some film reviews from me and some game review from Nicholas.
Nice.
So here's the first blast from the past.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4". Oh, sorry, did that start? Oh, this is Screen Bucket with Adam and Rob. Learn about movies whilst we're getting your job. There's TV and games and other stuff too. And we're gonna share all this with you. Get out of my factory, you little toad.
You have one message. Message 1.
Hello, Screenbucket. It's George Martin here. I just wanted to ask why you haven't talked more about Game of Thrones. It's the most successful television show of all time, and every time Rob brings it up, Adam has to go and shut him up. Well, I just want you to know we're nominated for Emmys every year, the books are a hit, and the actors have all become superstars, and you won't even talk about it. So I just want to say, I'm blacklisting you, and you're never listening to North Arts FM ever again. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
So, 50 episodes.
50 episodes.
I feel like probably learn a lot.
Yep.
In that time. So initially, Screen Bucket was a radio show on North Arts FM at the time, before it changed to North Arts Radio. The idea was to have a show where we talk film, talk nonsense, do silly voices, and play soundtracks in between.
Yes.
How was that?
It was great. We never went to a recording studio. We always recorded in here and or in my old flat, and we managed to have surprisingly very good sound quality.
Yeah. Considering this is a USB mic that I found on Amazon. Given
what we had, we did really well. Yeah, I really liked it. I liked the system. You know, we write down, we think of songs. My favourite memories of any of the shows, it normally revolved around Halloween. So October, we always did the double hitter. We'd have 2 Halloween specials in October. One of which would be a big improv attack. The mansion with Corvus and the French spider.
The mansion episode of Scream Bucket
is
the best thing we ever did.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It just kept getting weirder and weirder. There was like a Uncle Phil's house, wasn't it?
Yeah, his Uncle. We had to stay in my Uncle Phil, who doesn't exist, in his mansion overnight to get his fortune.
Yes.
But little did we know that Uncle Phil had dug up the Necronomicon.
Yes, he had.
And summoned various spirits and demons to protect him.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really fun. And then, yeah.
Then we killed Santa, didn't we?
Killed Santa in a Christmas special. Yep. That was really, really fun.
We saved him from a department store.
We saved him from a department store, yep. Yeah, and we killed him.
We got really drunk.
We got really drunk, really drunk. Yeah, no, and I loved speaking to we interviewed Derek Wheeler. That was another highlight. Hitchens, great historian, ghost extraordinaire, who doesn't believe in ghosts.
Yes. My nephew interviewed John, the fisherman.
Yes.
Of the Fisherman's Friends from Port Isaac.
Yeah,
the real life
fantastic
one. Who had such a wonderful voice.
And,
a silky Cornish voice.
And I suppose, and it was good keeping everyone updated about quaggers. Really, that was thank you for sticking us on the journey of quaggers, because every 2 weeks we're like, oh god, something's gone wrong. Oh god, we've done this. Blah, 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 blah.
I remember when we did Critters. We did Critters 1 and 2 as our film to talk about, and that was the night before the first shoot. And we were very nervous. We were very nervous.
Damn.
Very nervous. Filmed that in my parents' house, which was our base of operations for the shoot.
Yes, I will always remember the colossal amount of equipment just littered around your living room and your other living room, and
oh yeah. Oh yes, 2 living rooms. Living a high life.
Coming back and reporting from HorrorCon, which sadly has been cancelled this year, but we've moved past it. We look forward to next year. Yeah.
Well, speaking of HorrorCon, good connection with our film of choice to come up later.
Oh, is that Sean Pertwee by any chance?
Yes, yes, actually, yes. We had a chat with Sean Pertwee, as discussed on the HorrorCon episode, and he was talking about... We're talking about Neil Marshall, Dog Soldiers. Neil Marshall's director of Dog Soldiers and the film to discuss. And he was like, oh, I don't get it. Didn't get it at the time. Watched it again. Absolutely loved it. I understand it now. It's brilliant. I don't know. We'll talk about that later, but what did he see?
Yeah,
what was the new thing he saw? I loved doing the voicemails were a struggle.
Yeah.
But I did love the improvs. There was one where you were a goblin. What was I the goblin?
I can't recall.
The marmalade.
Oh yes, that was a good one.
That was one of the best
Someone
ones.
stuck in a house with the marmalade goblin. He wanted.
She was working in the shop.
Right, and that was around Halloween, wasn't it?
It must have been.
Yeah.
Well, horror's always slipped into our shows anyway.
There was a lumberjack on the run from an evil witch.
Did that ever go out? That was on the pilot, I think.
I'd be happy if it didn't.
That was our first one. The worst one was our second, with the train in the tunnel.
Oh my god!
Didn't know what was going on.
I think I blocked that out.
Didn't know what was happening. Actually, my favourite one was the one I did with Nick. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry, Rob.
Off.
There was a evil plan to bomb a...
Boring.
Oh, it was so
yeah,
good.
there was a giant, they turned big.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh, God.
Everything was tip-top.
So great.
You could tell that we'd studied
Sorry.
creative writing
Sorry,
together.
we've been doing...
So
Sorry, we've been doing this for 2 years.
Tip-top.
Sorry, we've been doing this for 2 years, and you say you choose the frickin' Nick one as your favourite.
Well,
sorry.
Perhaps you should.
Sorry for not being adequate.
Perhaps you shouldn't run off every other bloody
maybe
month.
You should get a life and go on holiday as well sometime. You stupid game reviews.
So
Shut
good.
up, Nick.
So good.
Shut up, Nick.
Tip top.
Frickin' everyone's.
We'd live together.
You go sit in your tower and you just sit with Nick in your frickin' castle, and you give each other your frickin' massages, and you go and frickin' sit and you kiss each other. Yeah. And I'll go off. I'll go off, and I'll do a story.
Is everything okay, Rob?
I'm fine.
It's that Lambrini.
It's over.
The Lambrini.
It's done. I'm fine.
Is everything alright at home, Rob?
No.
You have one message. Message 1.
Hello, Screen Bucket. It's John Rice Davies here. I'm here with my friend Brian Blessed. Hello, I'm Brian Blessed. All right, you are. We were just wondering if you could promote our little mountain climb. We're about to climb a mountain together. I love mountains. You do love mountains. John, have you met my wolf? I haven't met your wolf. I will introduce you to my wolf. Oh, I love to meet you. and then we can fight some locals and, drink some alcohol. Oh, but you're not a dwarf anymore, are you, John? Oh, no, I'm almost as tall as you are. It's so good that we get on, John. Yes, I agree. Did you hear my classmate Patrick Stewart keeps having arguments with Ian McKellen? Something about a camembert. A camembert. What a silly thing to have an argument about. Yes, a silly piece of cheese. Yes, a silly piece of cheese. Yes. Well, why don't we go back into that bar, eat the rest of that bear, and then we'll climb up that bleeding mountain. Bloody won't do it. I once wrestled a bear. I wrestled a bear. Was that your first wife or your second wife? Wait, is that my friend Jordan? Jordan? Jordan's alive! Jordan's alive!
Adam's Film Reviews. Unhinged, 2020.
Come on, man. Go!
You know what a courtesy tap is, young man? Sounds like this. It's light. It's friendly. Sure, that's what your mom meant to do.
No, it's not. Mom!
Having a kind of a hard time lately. I'm sorry. Accept my apology?
Just ignore him.
Well, if you could just do the same, we could press reset.
I don't have anything to apologize for. Can you go, please?
Ma'am, are you okay?
I'm pretty sure the guy in that truck's following me.
He's road raging. Why don't you just chill, man? Go your own way.
Marking my first foray back into the cinema since March, Unhinged is a new release for this year that managed to get an international release way before being released in the States, so yay COVID. Written by Carl Ellsworth and directed by Derek Borte, Unhinged is a thriller come car chase that stars Russell Crowe doing his best John Goodman impression and Karen Pistorius as a young mother justifiably freaking out in every other shot. The story opens on Rachel Hunter, played by Karen Pistorius, having what most people would call a really bad day. For Rachel though, it just seems like another day of the week. First she wakes up late, then she's reminded by her teenage son Kyle, played by Gabriel Bateman, that not only does she have a hair appointment with an extremely important client, but if she doesn't get going soon, he'll be late for school with an automatic detention. As Rachel rushes to get ready, we learn that she's recently been through a divorce, and that she now lives with a dead-eyed layabout brother Fred, played by Austin McKenzie, and his equally dead-eyed girlfriend, while Rachel and Fred's mother has been taken into care. Things are going poorly. With Carl bemoaning his automatic detention he'll get for being late, Rachel rushes the pair onto the highway to try and get Carl to school on time. Her client, meanwhile, not happy with being fobbed off with a late Rachel again, calls to fire her, so you can add being unemployed to Rachel's ever-growing list of miseries. Visibly irritated and frustrated, Rachel is fuming to find in front of her a large car at the traffic lights not moving despite the light turning green. Without a second thought, Rachel pounds the car horn and overtakes the 4x4. As she turns the corner, however, she finds that the car has followed her, pulling alongside her car as the bearded man inside, played by Russell Crowe, signals for Carl to wind down his window. With a softly spoken southern drawl, the likes of which should be enough to make your skin crawl, the man, who is not trying to hide the blood on his shirt incidentally, apologises for zoning out at the traffic lights, but urges Rachel to apologise for her rude interactions with him. Rachel refuses. The man goes on to promise that he's going to show Rachel what a bad day really looks like. In a move that feels extremely sudden and jarring, Rachel's life turns upside down the moment she drops Kyle off at school. Stopping at a petrol station, she returns in horror to find that her mobile phone has been stolen and that the man himself is sat glaring behind the wheel of his car, right behind her. I've said before that the 1993 film Falling Down has always creeped me out, mostly for feeling a little bit too real. In many ways, Unhinged feels like Crow's angry wasp of a character is having his very own falling down day, into which Rachel blunders headfirst and redirects his whole plan to revolve around an upset, frustrated single mother and ruin her life forever. Attending appointments in Rachel's calendar, visiting her family home and demanding that Rachel name his next victims from her contact list, the unnamed man engages Rachel in a game of murderous chess, with the real highlight of the film being the unending paths of logic and racing around that both Rachel and the man do to stay on top of the situation. An endless "what would I do now" scenario that is surprisingly effective at ramming the suspense and thrills home. But that's not to say this isn't a somewhat predictable film. Clunky expositional dialogue scattered throughout do too good a job at showing what's going to happen next. Borte's direction does a great job at keeping the pacing at a satisfyingly intense level, while Karen Pistorius' terror and bewilderment almost tops Crow's far too real horror. On the whole, not sure it's up to the task of convincing people to go back to the cinemas, but it's definitely a solid thriller, well worth your time.
Oh, hello, buenas noches, There's salt in it, put the salt in it. Sí. Buenas noches. Welcome to Fortnite Schmortnight. Ryan Reynolds, love that. Don't, because it's in there now. It's in there. It's in there. Brother, no. Wait, I'm gonna lose it. Hang on. No. Right, I can't last 2 words. I nailed it. First, okay. Ryan Reynolds is set to star in Everyday Parenting Tips. Ryan Reynolds is set to star in Everyday Parenting Tips, a monster comedy for Universal Pictures. The film will be based on a humorous short essay by Simon Rich, which was published in The New Yorker earlier in the year. The story focuses on a father giving advice about what to say when a child thinks a monster is under their bed, but in the world there actually is a monster uprising happening, unleashing creatures with names like Gorgog the Annihilator and Trafalgar the Eater of Souls.
Well, is this done by Universal?
Yeah.
Like the proper Universal monster movie?
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
It sounds really good. And I don't know if this was like who sent this essay into the New Yorker, but
sounds like the Monsters.
He's just got a movie made. He's sent on a whim. He's sent in some.
Ryan Reynolds is going to save us all.
Yeah, he always does.
He gets an idea and he goes, yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Courtney Cox is officially back for the next Scream as hard-hitting, no bullcrap reporter character Gail Weathers.
Yeah, I heard this.
Yeah, the Friends...
She's also out of money.
That Friends money, that Friends dollar. She must have made some big mistakes if she's run out of money at this point. The Friends star is joined by David Arquette.
Oh!
Who is also coming back as Dewey. Production will commence on the...
Say that again?
Dewey.
Okay.
What did you think? Production will commence on the Spyglass Media Group Paramount production in Wilmington, North Carolina. The film will be directed by Matt Bettinelli Olfin. Matt Bettinelli Olfin and Tyler Gilley of the film. For God's sake! Can someone have normal names?
I get this every week doing the reviews. Oh. Every week. There was a director a couple of shows ago who was By the Wood.
By the Wood?
Yeah, her surname was By the Wood. And it just made me think I was doing a Bob Mortimer gag.
No, it's By the Wood.
Yeah, By the Wood.
So, yeah, these guys have worked on Ready or Not, VHS, Murder Mystery, Amazing Spider-Man. So, yeah, you know.
Gotta say, Ready or Not is brilliant.
Yeah.
Ready or Not is, on the surface, a really sort of lame teenage date movie horror film. it's really good, and the ending's brilliant.
I can't wait to see it. I still need to see it. I can't wait. This I can't wait to talk about. A first trailer has been released for Charlie Kaufman's upcoming unnerving Netflix movie, I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Adapted from the book by Ian Reid, the movie stars Jesse Buckley... Jesse Plemons.
What? Are you okay?
No, because I thought you were going to laugh because I said Plemons.
What should you take me for?
Okay, Jesse...
I want some more Lamborghini.
Okay, yeah, go, crack on. Jesse Plemons, Tony Collette, who is magnificent, and David Foulis, who's
replacing screaming with laughing.
Yeah.
This trailer.
Jesse Plemons, he always plays super creepy roles. Any Breaking Bad fans knows he's super creepy. In Breaking Bad, he was the scariest thing in it out of all these gangsters because he was just like monotonely emotionless and really polite and nice. And
yes,
then he just shoots a child.
What have I seen him in? Yeah, no, he's really good at that. Jessie Buckley is one of my favourite actresses at the moment. She's amazing. I think she's on like top, 30 under 30 sort of charts.
Oh yeah.
So she's definitely a hot talent.
And this is the kind of film where she can like unleash all of her acting credentials. I mean, it looks pretty.
Well, it's Charlie Kaufman. It's definitely got that being John Malkovich weirdness to it.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a time travel-y.
Yeah, what's the thing with the time travel? So there's different eras. They have a link to the parents that they don't. Even she has a link to the family.
Oh, there's a weird thing. So her character is going to visit her boyfriend's parents.
Yeah.
But then she starts noticing stuff like there's a picture which is supposed to be a picture of him as a child, but it's her as a child.
Yes.
What the hell?
She was like, that's me, and she's like, no, that's me. Whoa!
Yeah.
And I can't recall the last time I watched a trailer that freaked me out so much. Midsummer had a really good trailer, but the thing about this trailer, which really unnerved me, was the dog shaking.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't stop. They kept showing the dog shaking for ages to make it go, oh, that's a bit weird. And then they played it on the trailer.
It's a bit Lynchy.
Yeah.
David Lynchy.
It is. They played on the trailer with the shaking still happening. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah, no, I didn't get unnerved, but I feel very excited. It looks like the best looking film of the year. But then, trailers and all that. But yeah.
Yeah. No, it looks great. Moving on. Not so good. But maybe.
Yes.
Sam Neill has expressed his joy of returning to the Jurassic Park franchise.
Oh, for God's sake.
Hold on to your hats, he tweeted. Getting my old bone back on this week and facing off dinosaurs once again. Best yet, excited and terrified. These things will kill ya. With Laura Dern, Bryce Howard, Pratt, Jeff Goldblum, and Colin Trevorrow. I'm obviously a little more grizzled now. So yeah, Laura Dern has also been announced to come back. So they've got...
So it's the Jurassic Park 3...
It's Jurassic Reunion.
Formula, yeah.
Jurassic Reunion. It's American Pie 4, but with dinosaurs.
I actually forgot about Jurassic World, and I'm not interested.
I don't want...
I don't want it. I don't want it.
No, that tonally, the first three films, I don't care what anyone says... Tonally, the first three films were perfect.
I think I need to rewatch Lost World because I haven't seen that in years.
I flipping love it.
But I absolutely love 3.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 3 is brilliant. It's so silly.
Save it because I am now going to engage you in another challenge to end off the 50th Fortnite Schmortnight, unless we renamed it early on. Basically... Last week, or the week before that, we had a disagreement with Collider, where they ranked Alien in terms of greatness. They've done it for Jurassic Park.
Oh, God, okay.
Okay.
Right. Another sip of Lamborghini.
You're going to need it, mate. In 5th and last place, according to Collider, the worst Jurassic Park film is Jurassic Park 3.
Get out.
Wrong!
So wrong. So wrong. Why? What made them say
False
that?
in every way. False in every way.
Alan.
Wrong.
No, sorry. What? So, no.
They think that Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom is better than Jurassic Park 3.
Jurassic Park Scooby-Doo?
Yeah. Go and do one.
No, that's dumb. Dumb.
And they kind of fix it after that. Jurassic World Fallen, Jurassic Park World, that's what it should be called. 4th place.
Okay.
3 Jurassic World, 2 Lost World, 1 Jurassic Park.
Okay.
So it all makes sense, except I would put Jurassic Park 3 in 2nd place.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't know if Lost World,
is definitely better than both of those two.
but it's not as good as 3.
It's not. I really like it. It has 2 T-Rexes, and the T-Rex goes crazy in San Francisco. What
But
more can you want?
3 has these amazing moments.
Has amazing moments. Has the whole phone thing.
The satellite phone is one of my favourite things of all time.
It's brilliant.
It's got the pterodactyls, which are terrifying.
Very scary. Very scary.
It's got Spinosaurus. It did the whole bigger, more interesting than the T-Rex thing, which they ripped off in Jurassic World.
They had character arcs, not even for the better characters. They had a whole morals thing
Had
with
the blinky eye.
had the blinky eye.
Blinky eye in the tube.
They had the egg stealing, and then him blaming his
And
his compadre.
and the talking.
Yeah. And he says to his friend, he says to his little guy he's training, he says, "As far as I'm concerned, you're no better than the people who built this place." And he's like, "Oh my god!" It's brilliant. And Collider, you are freaking wrong again.
It's always the first entries wrong.
Yeah, they get it completely wrong.
Glider.
So go and have a word with whoever made this article, because Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom sucks. The worst.
Okay.
So concludes Fortnite's Modern.
You have one message. Message 1.
G'day, Sam Neill here. I just watched the new dinosaur film. I wasn't happy about it. One of the dinosaurs, he flaming smiled at me. I wasn't having that. So I put together a new script. I thought you fellas might like to see it. It's set entirely on the plane. And all the dinosaurs are talking to me. I knew you guys would like that, so I thought I'd send it over to the post here. Hope to hear what you think of it. See you later.
Nick's Game Reviews. After playing such a big, intense and, in this case, depressing game as The Last of Us Part 2, I always struggle to dive straight into another big game. So I'll often find myself flitting between multiple things, often online games or indie games or just generally smaller titles to fill the void until I've washed away the gaming hangover. As I do these reviews in my spare time, it will often leave me in the predicament of getting toward the release of the podcast and finding that there isn't one big game that I can talk for 3 to 4 minutes about. So, on this occasion, I'm going to come at you with some quick-fire reviews of 4 games I spent more than a couple of hours with over the last 2 weeks. Starting with The Order 1886. Possibly the best looking game on the PS4 still, and it is 5 years old. Possibly the best tech demo you'll ever get for how good games can look on the current generation. Very well refined gameplay and an intriguing story, to a point. Such a great build up for 8.5 hours, and then it just suddenly ends in the most uninteresting and predictable way. Overall, The Order 1886 is just mediocre. Avoid. Fallout 76. I avoided this online mess when it first launched because Fallout without NPCs was something I couldn't get my head around. With the release of Wastelanders, and it's on Game Pass so I don't have to pay anything extra for it, I figured I'd give it a go and see if it'd scratch that Fallout itch I forever live with. Turns out it still can't. It's aimless and overcomplicated. To put it simply, it's just boring. Avoid. Grounded. I'm not a huge fan of survival games because I need something to keep me playing. I need a story in my games. It's the main thing I look for. And so dropping you in a world and giving you the goal to just survive the night always leaves me thinking, but why? What's the point? So when I heard Obsidian was making a survival game with one of their exceptional stories, and it was basically Honey I Shrunk the Kids the video game, well, I jumped straight on that horse, and I'm so glad I did. Grounded is fun, intriguing, challenging and terrifying at times, and it looks incredible. It ticks every box and is great to play with friends or on your own. I highly recommend. Carrion. Possibly the most fun 2 hours I've had with a video game this year. Essentially this is The Thing, the video game, but you're the Thing. It's a fast-paced puzzle solver that has you crawling through a military base growing ever larger as you consume every human being around you. If I had one criticism, well, it harks back to that what I said about it being the most fun 2 hours. This game is 4 hours long, so is it slightly too long even at 4 hours? Yes, because you're just doing the same thing over and over, and after a couple of hours, the gimmick wears out. Still, I really do suggest you give it a go.
You have one message. Message 1.
Hi, Screen Bucket, it's Christopher Walken. I've got this idea for a new film. It's about this spy who he can't stop dancing. It's his weapon of choice, but the thing is, every time he dances, there's this worm. Now, don't be shocked by the tone of my voice, because I'm just trying to help and come up with this idea for you. And if you are interested, why don't you hit me up and call me, Christopher Walken, and bye.
You happy with that?
Let me listen to it again.
Oh, mademoiselle, would you like to have a film discussion? Oh, yes, monsieur. I'd love to have an in-depth film discussion with you, like I do on Screen Bucket.
This is the end of the world!
It was an epidemic unlike any other. Within days, millions were infected. Within weeks, they were forced together.
Containment is our absolute priority. Blockade all bridges, streets, and rail links.
And then left to die. But 25 years after the outbreak,
it's the virus. It's back.
Containment has failed.
What the hell are we going to do? What we're about to show you is highly confidential. Survivors? Inside the hot zone. And if there are survivors, there must be a cure.
You're going out there. If there's such a thing as hell on Earth, that's it.
I know what we're looking for.
If it's there, I'll find it. Take us in.
Now.
Once you're over that wall, there's no system, no rules, no backup.
To find a cure,
We're against the clock on this one.
they must return to the world they left behind.
How the hell are we supposed to find anything in this mess?
So, last time I chose the word wall.
Wall.
Wall. And I struggled at first. Wall. I was thinking, Blackadder back and forth. That's still a bit on Hadrian's Wall.
You could have Wall-E.
Oh, damn. You're right. Wall-E.
Yeah.
I thought about that recent Great Wall of China film that was rubbish.
Oh, yeah, that was a
absolutely slated.
Pile of dung.
What else? I couldn't think of anything else. At one point, I seriously wondered if we could stretch 20 minutes out of Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall.
Nice.
The video with Python. He's in it, isn't he?
I can't recall.
Rubbish. But yeah, no, I ended up just Googling and ended up on Doomsday.
Doomsday.
A film I should have been more aware of.
Yes, you really should have.
2008, Doomsday, written and directed by Neil Marshall. Oh my god, it's every one of my favourite films mashed together into one epic action adventure. It's brilliant.
Like I said earlier, I could tell you starting to jump up and down in your bed, all giddy. Rob, where have I found this movie? Where has it been all my life? And it does tick all of your boxes. It
absolutely does. It was what was the first moment? Was it when the guy's hand got shot off and sprayed all the people with blood?
It was
blood.
It was when she was on the ship at the start and they were establishing her character, and she rolls the eye out to see what's going on in the corridor. And then the guy's head gets blown off with a shotgun. Her partner's head.
Oh my god, that was so good. The effects in this, practical effects mostly.
Yeah, amazing.
A lot of the blood's fake, but a lot of the practical effects. Oh my god, it's amazing. The first time the influences, I think, if you're aware of them, are really obvious.
Oh god, they scream out of the screen.
So straight away, Escape from New York, which I watched not so long ago. Even the font is John Carpenter font.
Yep.
Some of the music is John Carpenter music. The graphics when it details that Scotland's been walled off because of the quarantine is Escape from New York. The only thing missing is Jamie Lee Curtis doing the voiceover, the narration.
The once great city of New York becomes the one maximum security prison for the entire country. A 50-foot containment wall is erected along the New Jersey shoreline, across the Harlem River, and down along the Brooklyn shoreline. It completely surrounds Manhattan Island. All bridges and waterways are mined.
The airports, seaports, and borders were closed. Scotland was placed under quarantine. The people were ordered to stay in their homes, to avoid travel, avoid contact, to sit it out and wait for help that did not come.
Oh my god, it's so good, Rob!
It's interesting because I think I watched it at the wrong time. I watched it as soon as it came out, and I remember the Mad Max elements, and I remember really liking it, but watching it back now, having grown my love of such pleasures as Mad Max and Escape from New York, it's just doesn't stop giving to you as a fan of those movies. It's like, you know when people say it's a love letter to those films, and you think, "Gah," it really is.
Well, Neil Marshall, I think the reason I like him as a director so much is because I can see similarities with us.
Mm.
So we did Quaggers, that was your Gremlins, Critters, Ghoulies kind of mix. Neil Marshall does the same sort of thing. So Dog Soldiers, which is one of my favourite films anyway, probably now bumped.
I was going to ask you at the end. Do you reckon?
Yeah, of the two, yeah. Dog Soldiers is brilliant.
Yeah, but this is something else.
But this, I just can get over it. I'm going to watch it again when we're done. Dog Soldiers is Evil Dead. There's loads of references to Evil Dead. Even the ending, even the sort of general plot. He's just someone who I think recycles and regurgitates these ideas and combines them with other stuff. So Evil Dead with British soldiers and werewolves.
He does it in a way. People accuse Tarantino of doing that in a kind of way that's a bit cheap, but and his, not to say that these films aren't cheap, because they are. Like Dog Soldiers is cheap.
That's why it's great.
Doomsday is cheap, but it's kind of like shameless. It's kind of like, well, yeah, screw it, this is fun.
Yeah, yeah.
You just can't help but enjoy it.
So, so it's just. I'm thinking about Descent. What did the Descent come from? I have to watch it again. Well, I have to now. But yeah, Doomsday. So we've got a main character. We've got a main character who is a army major. She's hard as nails. She's badass. But she's Snake Plissken. She's even got one eye. I think Snake Plissken was even a major in the US Army. She's a major in the British Army.
Brilliant.
She's also apparently based on Max, of Mad Max. She's got a troubled past. She gets stuff done.
Yeah.
And she wears black.
No nonsense. She's ruthless. She shrugs off the death of her compadre.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's Rona Mitra playing Eden Sinclair.
Yeah.
Orphaned by the virus that has overtaken the world, I assume, but especially Britain.
Well, we're only told about Scotland, really. Yeah, she was the child of a Scottish woman who gave her to the soldiers to take her to get away from here, sacrificed herself. And they're obviously raised and trained to be a badass. We've also got Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
Lovely Bobo.
A man in which you realise that he's in a film and you sit down and you go,
yeah.
Hug me through this film, Bob Hoskins. Thank you for having your face on camera. I love you.
He's like, I always imagine Bob Hoskins as it's weird, but like a sort of granddad figure. He's always there and he's always kind of, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know whether that's just Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No, but he's the same thing. He has a very tropey role in that he's the nurturing, gruff, God damn it, you're going to get yourself killed one day kind of superior to her, isn't he?
Yeah, but instead he's a Cockney layabout.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you see the bloody weather outside? It's rubbish.
It's all very well packing people into their homes like so many million sardines. But you drop a killer virus into that mix, and this town is going to go tits up in no short order.
Yeah.
He's a police chief, constable.
Yeah, so the there's a big bureau room, and the Prime Minister's involved, and there's a Scottish man who you can tell is very evil.
Oh yeah. Straight off.
Eden is selected along with a choice group of elite soldiers to go back to Scotland as... I mean, this is somewhat inexplicable later in the movie, and we'll explain when we get to it.
Yeah.
A survivor is spotted from a drone sighting or whatever. Above Glasgow, they see a human. They thought everyone had died due to the virus, which eats people's faces and bodies and kills them.
Yeah.
But there's a survivor, so they're going to send an elite team to go into Scotland and find the cure.
Well, they've got a lead, haven't they? There's a Dr. Kane, played by Malcolm McDowell, who they believe he may have found a cure. So they send them into Glasgow to try and find the last location.
Yeah.
Along
with Sean Pertwee.
Sean Pertwee, a man, other man, lady.
Yep.
Lovely lady. Man and man.
Yes.
And they go in, and so we've got the Escape from New York set up.
Yes.
You have to get in there. You have to go on the other side of the wall and get the thing. Here's your tracker. You need to get the cure, get out again. If you don't get your cure, you might as well stay there and all that stuff. She gets sent in with a squad, and then it all turns into aliens, which isn't referenced on the Wikipedia page about this. It turns into aliens. They get in a massive military armoured APC and drive through Scotland.
And they all start coming out. The amazing Scottish cyberpunks.
Well, they go into a hospital, and while they're searching it, suddenly they get rushed by Mad Max punk beasts of men. So instead of xenomorphs, we've got Scottish people who are just mowed down by the squad before they get overrun.
Talbot, get down now!
Oh my god! It just comes out of nowhere. I mean, you sort of expect it, but it's so sudden, and that's where I got really excited. It was cheery.
Yeah, that was as soon as the first guy came running around the corner with a Mohican, you're like, oh.
So eventually the squad gets separated. Sean Pertwee and Eden get captured, and that's when we meet the most charismatic bad guy I've ever seen.
Oh, he's amazing.
Oh, and his wife, who is...
Never has a woman had so many face tattoos and been so amazingly gorgeous.
I imagine she's supposed to be like a Boudica.
Yeah.
Warrior, barbarian type.
What's the name of the guy who plays crazy?
We got Craig Conway as Soul. Soul is the leader of the survivors.
Oh, he's in Dog Soldiers as well. Male camper.
He just gets ripped apart in the tent, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So Soul is this Mohican madman, very Keith Flint vibe.
Yeah, very Keith Flint.
Even his mannerisms, and he's just chewing the scenery. This guy is loving every second of being a bad guy. And he's got beef with Kane. Kane still is alive somewhere. And now we get to the scene that might be one of the most enjoyable scenes I've ever seen.
Which is interesting because we're introduced to Soul during a kind of interrogations come torture scene where he's punching Eden in the face to try and get information out of her. But then we get back to Sean Pertwee's fate, and then Soul rolls out to the big crowd of people, and that's when we're really introduced to how much of a freaking psycho he is.
So Soul has a stage with fire, flame, 2 women on poles dancing, a massive crowd of apocalypse survivors all covered in metal and Mohicans and axes and baseball bats with circular saws sticking out, all that good stuff. And he comes out to Adamant, Dog Eat Dog. Yeah, all of these mean something. Adamant, Dog Eat Dog, Fine Young Cannibals, Good Things. The Can. We get Can, everyone.
Can with big Scottish men in kilts.
Big burly Scottish men in kilts. In this scene where it's just a bad guy loving it. Dancing, singing, smacking bums.
Yeah, it's so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a rare treat in store for you. Medium f***ing rare! thought he could tell us what to do. And we told Kane, F*** yeah! This is our city! Whoever they send here, we're gonna catch them. We're gonna cook them. And we're gonna eat them.
And going back to what we said earlier about the drone inexplicably seeing one survivor, there are literally thousands of maniacs running around like no one's business around Glasgow.
Yeah.
And they spot one person and go, there might be maybe there's a survivor. There's a whole community of maniacs.
It's weird. It's weird that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, because surely they're just roaming about. Or do they all live underground?
A lot... I don't know. A lot of it doesn't really make sense, but it doesn't matter.
Need to, no.
It doesn't matter at all.
So, Eden escapes. Sadly, Lady dies. Boudica Lady dies. Too soon.
Too soon. We could have done with more of her.
But Eden also saves a woman who promises that she can lead Eden to Kane. Ooh. This is another Mad Maxy thing. This is also where it goes a bit medieval.
It goes a bit Monty Python and the Holy Grail, really.
So Eden escapes, meets up with the rest of her squad on a Hogwarts train.
Yep.
Into the wilderness, where they find a castle.
Yeah, they're kidnapped. Well, they're kidnapped, aren't they? They're going to fight the knights, and someone says, "Oh, this is Kane's leading knight. Who's really hard."
This is lead executioner, and a knight of knee appears.
Yeah.
They go back to a castle which is, so it was a museum. There's signs for the gift shop, an emergency exit, and stuff. But they've all turned medieval, Rob.
Yeah, this is so dumb.
This is so weird.
And this is it annoyed. I hate that. I hate that crap anyway. As you know, the stupid music you found the other week. What's it called?
Rob hates LARPers and the idea of LARPers, but loves Lord of the Rings, and he owns a sword.
Look,
so he's just as bad.
I don't mind the cool stuff, but when the guys are wearing like the stupid floppy fat hats which sag to one side.
That's the thing. It makes sense. If you shelter in a museum, it makes sense to wear the armour.
Yeah.
It makes sense to use the swords.
But
it doesn't make sense to wear a peasant robe.
Yeah, a prancing minstrel or a peasant. Why would you wear that? There's literally, it's Scotland, there's going to be hundreds of broken down Primarks. You can just go in and get a load of t-shirts.
Here's the thing. Malcolm McDowell plays Kane.
Yeah.
This is Kane's kingdom.
So he's probably told him to do it, hasn't he?
Yeah, and this is the thing. He talks about... It's the classic Malcolm McDowell post-apocalypse story. Malcolm McDowell wants purity. He wants everyone to go back to where they were. Be pure. He does that in Star Trek. He does that in Tank Girl. He does that in Book of Eli. He does it in Fallout 3. This is him. This is just his role. Especially wonder if he phoned it in a bit. Originally supposed to be Sean Connery. It's a shame. Because Kane sort of, as Soul said as well, they've been abandoned. They were waiting for the moment someone would come back. But in the meantime, they've just fostered their own empire. But, oh my god, the medieval bit.
It's something else.
That is my only complaint about Doomsday. It drags on.
It's really weird, and then it kind of it has an ending there in the medieval bit, which culminates in Eden having to fight with the executioner. And then they make a dramatic escape, which is dumb because they can just do it. Because they have to find a secret hatch. And then these idiots, because they're only adorned with Tudor and medieval technology, they're getting a bloody battering ram to try and open a metal door.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, this is the flaw in your system.
Well, they do it eventually.
They do it eventually.
But yeah, they run back to this bunker that they found on their way to the castle. Sort of Area 51 of endless crates. And they find an escape route using that. They find a way out.
Yeah.
Won't say exactly what it is. Let's not spoil it.
No.
But the film culminates in a Mad Max 2 chase.
Of epic proportions.
And it's so good. And the music playing is perfect. Oh my god, I love Doomsday.
Yeah, and they have a running joke of Soul's devastation of finding his lover decapitated, and it becomes a bit of a running thing. It's absolutely incredible. It's a really enjoyable film, and I wish it did better.
What I find interesting, bearing in mind that Mad Max 2 was a film I watched on loop when I was a teenager, right? I recognised shots that Neil Marshall just lifted straight from Mad Max 2, especially during the chase. The whole zooming in on the foot on the pedal, the gear change, even the shot when she knocks out a guy from behind, when he's got a watch and he's seeing through her eye.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome. All this stuff. It was a rip-off. It was a rip-off. But it's like a montage of the best stuff ever.
Yeah.
And
it's a shame he hasn't kept doing stuff like this in a way, because most recently he did the latest Hellboy movie, which I haven't bothered to see, but I've heard very bad things about.
But then again, people didn't like Doomsday.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Marmite. Maybe Neil Marshall's a Marmite man.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I know I love Dog Soldiers, and I know I love Doomsday, so...
And I love The Descent, but I'm going to have to watch it again, because I don't remember it.
No, I say same here. It's been a while.
Oh, man. This film.
Do you think it ranks in the Holiday Media Hall of Fame?
I think it's top.
I think it's top.
I think it's the best thing we've watched. I'm struggling to think of a better film that we've watched.
Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
No.
Lord of the Rings,
Fellowship.
No. I knew he'd have to cross this bridge. The Bridge of Khazad-dûm.
The only thing that's really genuinely annoying about Doomsday is we worked on a script ages ago that started being developed into a comic, but we're going to pick it back up at some point. And it's the same.
It's the same. It's got the same technology. It's got the same bureau.
I turned to Rob very early on and went, This is what I want.
This is what I want
Chen
Chen
Bison
Bison to be.
And then it just carried on getting better and better.
But if Neil Marshall can teach us one thing from this movie, and I'm sure he can teach us many things, it's that there's no shame in doing stuff again.
Oh, yeah.
If someone's already done it and you want to do it.
I often say this as advice to people who asked. Person who asked. The thing that held us back for years was I always wanted to do something original. There's no such thing. That's chasing a golden goose.
Yeah.
You just need to do something, and eventually you'll find your voice.
Yeah.
So to emulate, to take influences from, do it.
Do it.
Just make the thing you want to see.
Make the thing you want to see, and then the originality will squeeze out. It'll squeeze out of your rectum like a nice brown turd.
The only thing I'm sad about with Doomsday is Sean Pertwee didn't get enough Cockney lines.
He didn't get enough Cockney lines, and then his ultimate act, his curtain call, he should have been thrown a couple more.
Yeah.
You bloody idiots! Blah, blah,
I suppose he didn't want to take away from the drama.
No.
But
savages! Yeah, he did get carried around yelling savages, which is all we can ask for, really.
Oh, mate. Doomsday. Brilliant film.
Yeah, very glad. It's a fantastic choice. I think it's probably my favourite choice of yours this year.
Green Bucket, Adam and Rob.
You have one message. Message 1.
Hello, the Screen Bucket. It's me, Jake Gyllenhaal here. I just wanted to say that I'm really a bit upset about Adam's review of my film Velvet Jigsaw. I thought it was really good, but he said it wasn't really very funny, or it wasn't funny enough. I just think you should know that I'm a very funny person. I have a brilliant sense of humor. I don't really know any jokes, but people do tend to laugh at me a lot, so I guess it means I'm really funny. I just guess I'm a bit offended because I put so much effort into that film, and then all I have to do is go on the stupid radio show and say it doesn't like it, but I liked it.
Jake!
I liked it.
Jake, are you
What?
okay?
What? I'm just starting out.
You sound upset. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Would you like some salmon paste?
Yes, I'm gonna go. Yes, I'll be right down.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and eat some salmon paste now, but I just want you to know that I've got your number, Adam, and I'm coming for you.
As this is the 50th Scream Bucket episode, I think some presents are in order.
I think presents are good too. Do you want to go first or shall I?
No, you should go first. I want to just emphasise that I forgot we agreed to do this, and at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, while I was at work, Rob said, "Oh, I bought a present. You better get to the antique shops."
See, this is what you did to me when I bought you the really crap Christmas presents. So I'm glad the score is evened. I feel less guilty now.
So I've got a non-present. But yeah, this is yours.
Okay. I got you your very own Dr. X.
Oh my god! Oh, that's brilliant.
And we have a Dr. X toy, which is our Christmas fairy.
Oh my god!
Which I bought to the party from my childhood. I think it was my brother's Dr. X. But I wanted Adam to have his very own Dr. X of his own.
Things,
and he can hold things with his big metal
He's
arm.
holding scissors.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So now you have your own.
I always wanted a. Was it Professor X?
Dr. X, Professor X. Yeah, Professor X. I can't remember.
This is a beefy one.
He's
I don't
very
remember
muscular.
Him being as beefy as this.
I think he'll beat my one in a fight. To be honest, I think my one looks a bit more sneaky.
I think he'd rip his face off.
Yeah, he would.
Also, he looks like a punk.
Yeah, he's a bit doomsday.
He is a bit doomsday.
Yeah.
Well. Bugger. That's a really good one. Because I got... This was the same price. And in my defence, the only thing open... The only thing open was W.H. Smith's by the time I finished work. So I got you a latest copy of Little White Lies magazine.
What's
a
that?
Film magazine.
It's a film magazine. Oh.
And there's a thing... I'm so sorry.
No, you talk me through it. No, you talk me through it.
Look,
Fine.
Blood Feast.
Most of us would rather not know what goes into movie gore, but as Charles Bramesco learns, much of it could be served at your average picnic. Oh, so it tells you a bit about making things, making movies, creating things?
Oh, Blood Feast. How food is used by movie technicians to create screen nightmares. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's a good gift. Given the time you had, that's very good.
Oh, it's just eating chicken.
It's all arty and stuff. Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah.
Oh, no, well, I can put that on my shelf and make it look sophisticated, make my room look sophisticated.
As a description of food, as a trained chef, Rob, this might appeal. This is food from films, look.
Oh, the slamming salmon.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Rob.
It's a good gift. You did very well.
I've also bought some Maltesers truffles.
Nice.
Which may have melted into one.
Yeah, that's one mega truffle. Can we have one now?
Yes.
Happy anniversary, babe.
Adam's Film Reviews. Upgrade 2018.
As a quadriplegic, it must be frustrating for you, someone who liked to get things done with their hands.
Here's the thing. 4 guys murdered my wife. If I could find these men, I'd do it.
What if I told you I could offer you something that would enable you to walk again? I call it STEM, a computer chip that has the potential to change everything. It's a new, better brain.
I am STEM, the system operating your body for you.
Can anybody else hear you?
No, only you. May I point something out? In the drone surveillance footage, Sir Brantner, Marine Corps, address 414 Citrus, Newground. We'll need a plan.
I got this.
This doesn't seem like a well-thought-out plan. I need your permission to operate independently.
Permission granted!
Thank you.
Oh my god. File this one under films Adam should definitely have seen before. Upgrade is a cyberpunk action thriller, though some would also say body horror, film written and directed by the Invisible Man and Saw series Lee Wannell, and produced by Blumhouse Productions. Upgrade stars Logan Marshall Green, a South Carolina knockoff of Tom Hardy, as Gray Trace, a tactile mechanic who loves to do things the old-fashioned way. And Melanie Vallejo as Asher, Gray's far more modern and on-trend wife with a big fancy job in robotics. Oh, this isn't a film about today. This is a world of mile-high automated buildings lapped by advanced drones that monitor everyone on ground level, from passers-by to those driving robotic cars. It's by no means a horrible world. Think iRobot rather than Dread or Blade Runner. Well, it isn't at first anyway. While driving home in Asher's self-driven automated car, Asher and Gray are shocked to find the car has taken a wrong turn, and is no longer taking commands, and is about to crash. Dragged from the car's eventual wreckage, Gray and Asher are confronted by a group of masked men, who force Gray to the ground and force him to watch as Asher is taken aside and shot by the group's leader, Fisk, played by Benedict Hardy. Before he's able to do anything, Gray is shot in the neck and crippled from the neck down as the gang flee the scene. 3 months later, and we find Gray incarcerated in his wheelchair, surrounded by robots doing his every wish and command, the thing he hated the most. Despite their best efforts, the police, and notably Detective Cortez, played by Betty Gabriel, have been unable to track down the men who attacked Gray and his late wife. After a failed suicide attempt, things get pretty dark. Gray is approached by a former client and computer expert, Eron Keane, played by Harrison Gilbertson. Eron has been working on something called STEM, a computer chip with limitless potential. Promising Gray that the STEM can allow Gray to walk again, Eron gives one condition: that no one is to be let in on the secret of STEM, until it can be fully announced. Sure enough, once STEM is installed, Gray is able to walk. But not only walk, run. He's mobile, agile, and stronger than before. Interestingly, he also picks up a new style of walking, like that of a computer game character. Instantly, if you've never experimented with the idea of walking around your empty home in the style of a video game character, you're really missing out. The only problem is, STEM doesn't just let Gray walk again. STEM can talk, and STEM has some interesting thoughts on who might be behind Asher's death. Soon, Gray is on the trail of his wife's killers, hunting them down one at a time as we begin to see the bigger picture behind the seemingly random attack. But as STEM's powers appear to grow ever stronger, the question becomes, who is really in control of Gray's body? Upgrade, honestly, is incredible. Moments that might feel slow are extremely quickly overshadowed by slick, crisp action sequences that are jaw-droppingly well shot, while simultaneously make you pump your fists in excitement and wanting to throw up. The growing shadow of doom that sits in the background too absolutely shows why director Reynolds did such an incredible job with The Invisible Man. The cinematography is also worth a shout out, with some incredible and bizarre visuals shining a light on the inorganic feeling of the main character. This is only ever boosted by the incredible and jarring soundtrack by Jed Palmer. Basically, I really love Upgrade. Line this up with a double bill with The Guest, and you're in for an incredible evening of high action, wonderfully over the top performances, and some incredible music to boot. Now, hurry up and watch it on Netflix so I can talk to you about that ending.
You didn't know that I'm a ninja. While I am state of the art, I am not a ninja.
Well, Adam, 50 long years of doing this podcast,
50 long
and
years.
here we are.
Yes. Well, yeah,
It's been one hell of a ride.
It's been a good journey.
It has been a good journey.
It's been what? So apart from Doomsday, obviously, what was your favourite film we discussed?
I'm going to take Lord of the Rings out of the equation, because for me it's a different calibre.
What sort of terrible quote?
Oh, shut your mouth. I am the same as you in that I find Children of Men like absolutely. I don't know. I can't take my eyes off of it.
Yeah, no, it's like that. It's the story is quite straightforward, but the visuals are so good.
And Clive Owen in it. He's so good as this reluctant character who becomes...
He's the perfect role.
Yeah, it's a role of a lifetime, I think, and he absolutely nailed it. I feel like there's other really obvious ones that I'm missing. But yeah, what about you?
Well, Big Lebowski was good because it was the first time you saw it, so it's quite good.
Yeah.
You said since that you had seen it.
I had seen it, yeah. I had seen it before,
okay.
yeah.
we did a relatively recent release at one point. We did Nightcrawler. That was good.
Nightcrawler was good. I wouldn't put it in the same level as Children of Men, but it was good. Yeah, very enjoyable. Indiana Jones, obviously. Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had Raiders first, didn't we?
It's the only one we've done, isn't it?
We did Temple of Doom this year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's a forgettable film.
Yeah, not as good on the second run through. Scream.
Do you know what we haven't done? We haven't done Eraserhead. Oh my God!
We talked about doing Eraserhead. We've been talking. I remember us talking about it since very near the start. And if we're going to do it, it will be the last time I watch it. I will watch it one more time, and then I'm not watching it again.
We need to watch it if someone gets pregnant that we know.
Hey, that reminds me of the time that you got pregnant.
Oh my God! I forgot about that.
Hey, Adam.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Sorry, I've got my stomach's really aching.
Yeah, why does it smell of vomit in the toilet?
It's this morning, man.
This morning? Did you? Yeah. What do you mean? You had sickness in the morning?
Morning sick. Yeah. You know, it's just a little bit of sick.
Oh, okay.
And I got really into eating these olives dipped in petrol. Don't know what. I just had these really bad cravings.
Petrolives. Oh, okay. And remember when you had those mood swings?
Wait. I'm late. Yeah. Oh, can you imagine being back then?
Yeah, God. What did you do with the baby?
Oh. Do you remember when that gypsy woman knocked on your door? Yeah, so the thing about The Big Lebowski, which I love, is...
Oh, hang on a minute.
I'll stop the...
There's someone at the door.
There's somebody at the door.
Somebody at the door.
Do you want me to stop the record?
Why?
Well, because you're going to go...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you
can...
just,
leave it,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
okay,
Just get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? It is me, Lavinia.
Who are you? Why are you here? Rob!
Oh, I
just come straight through.
I don't... Oh, can you please...
Hello.
Oh.
I'm Lavinia's little familiar.
Oh, there's two of them. I didn't realise...
Give me those scissors back.
There's a tall one and a dwarf.
Would you like to buy some pigs?
Oh, let me tell you your fortune. There is something you're in grave danger.
Call the police.
You're in grave danger.
My hand.
Oh my God! It's taken my tax forms.
There's a tax form.
Oh, you bitch! Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't stop recording because that was gold.
That was absolute gold. Yeah, what a time that was.
Do you remember when we got kidnapped while we were recording? While we were in that car?
Yeah, so, this is a nice drive, isn't it?
Yeah. Whoa, a bump, there's a bump.
Oh,
oh, there's another bump.
What was it? Have you run over something?
What? Hang on. So someone in front of us, didn't just wind the window down.
Oh, no, I don't think you should wind up. Mate.
Hello?
Oh, hello, who are you?
I am the man who owns you now.
What? Why do you own me? How come?
You have trespassed in my land.
What is it? Give me a warrant for this land.
I am a cross-European bad man.
You're a cross-European bad man. Why? So what do we have to do?
You have to come with me now.
Where are you taking us, bad man?
There's guys coming out around the back room.
Yes.
Oh, bugger.
Yes.
You are mine. You will drive in the place. I am singing my song. I'm about
Adam, he's a singing
man.
kidnapper. We better follow him. We better go with him into his car.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Pushed his potato peeler into my back.
Oh, my God. He's peeling your back now, and it's all coming off. Some spuddy rings.
Oh.
Can I peel him too, Mr. Kidnapper?
What are you talking about? Yeah, who's going to do it?
Adam, I'm going to peel you all the way down to the bone.
Yeah, that was weird. Why did you want to peel me?
Well, he was doing it, so I thought, and it looked really nice.
Well, that's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Well, sometimes I do suffer from Stockholm Syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially when I go to Sweden.
Do you remember when we went to Sheffield?
Yeah, I do remember when we went to
Do you remember what we did in Sheffield?
Yeah, I got lost in an infinite time warp before we even got to the hotel and was left on the street.
About that. Yeah. There was a Rob on the street outside the corner shop.
Yeah, this is real. When we went to HorrorCon in Sheffield last year, there was a weird man who was me. Was he waving a towel or something?
Was he naked in a sleeping bag?
He had a sleeping bag or something, but he was me, and he was like waving or gestating.
And only Rob could see him.
Yeah, and he was me. So I don't know if if we're actually still driving to Sheffield in an infinite loop in another timeline.
Well, there's always HorrorCon 2021.
Oh yes. Do you remember the time that I? Do you remember the time that I lost my thigh?
You have one message. Message 1.
Screen bucket. This is Lord Emperor Palpatine, and though it is not confirmed that I will be returning to the Star Wars trilogy, I'm pretty certain Disney have resurrected me, and now I will fulfill my destiny, and I will fulfill my destiny. I'm basically there to bring them money. I now take my orders from a small black and white mouse. I have become the Vader of this relationship. But the best thing of all is I won. Luke, with his little silly hair, is dead. Dead. This means only one thing. That Rise of the Skywalker was not about Anakin. It is not about Luke. It is clear that I am Emperor Palpatine Skywalker. Yes!
They came to party.
Get away from me, mate.
They came from outer space. But for these unhappy campers,
just put this thing on.
Things are about to get slimy. If you go down to the woods today, you'd better keep an eye out for quackers. They're mean, they're insane, and they're everywhere. And they've got an appetite for naughty campers. Starring Jodie Bennett, Bailey Pilbeam, Isabel Allbutt, and Blake Aiden. Quackers! They're everywhere.
We are not going back in that tent.
Watch it now at hollowdellmedia.vhx.tv.
Oh, that was the bloody show, Rob.
That was the show, and that
was the bottle of Lambrini.
The bottle of Lambrini.
Literally, we're just on the end now, the last dregs.
And our time is over.
Yeah, Screen Bucket episode 50. The last Screen Bucket.
We are no longer going to be making Screen Buckets.
Screen Bucket is kaput. It's an ex-podcast.
It's dead.
It's dead. It's dead.
It's dead. It's done. It's over.
There's no more Screen Buckets.
We thank you very much for sticking with us to the end. You are, as always, our rusty strumpets.
Yes, indeed. But I guess, if you really wanted, you could come back next time for the Hollowdell Media Podcast.
The Hollowdell Holodeau Media Podcast.
Oh, we're rebranding. We're merging our properties.
As you know, or may well know, or may not know at all, we are a film creative company called Holodeau Media, and this is our show Screen Bucket, but now we will be
the Holodeau Media. Yes, so Screen Bucket was a product made for the radio show, the radio station. No more. We've chosen this week to be our last week of Screen Bucket because sod it. Let's just combine our stuff. Let's have one Twitter account, not 5.
We're going to be coming to you with the new look. We're going to be coming to you with new stuff.
New sounds.
New sounds.
New jingles.
New jingles, new images, new everything.
What's more, we're probably going to be picking up streaming again. Long-term fans will know that me and Nick used to stream every week. We'll be picking that up again soon under the Holodeau Media brand. And we're going to be starting our film projects again as well. We are officially leaking out of lockdown, although we will obviously watch the news very closely.
Yes, we will. You know, but we have we've taken our time to enjoy lockdown as slugs, and now we are metamorphosizing into beautiful slug moths.
We had a lot of plans this year after Quaggers.
We did, yeah, we did. We did.
Quaggers took a bit too long. We wanted to get out there, meet new people, make new things, and then lockdown. And it's not just us. Boo-hoo. Things could be worse. But, yes, new outlook. New things are going to happen. Even it has to be Rob in a nappy on the floor crying. That'll be a new project.
Yep, that's fine. That's fine. I was thinking about nappies the other day.
Really?
Do you remember what they felt like?
No.
I think I do.
I do remember being in one of those baby backpacks.
Ah, do you?
Yeah, and everyone was like, no, don't, you're too young. But I do remember being on my dad's back, and it was cold, and I was ill, and it was sad, and I was crying.
No, fair. Because I remember this is
I also
horrible.
remember being in a bouncy thing. I used to have a bouncy thing in the doorway of the kitchen. I remember being in a bouncy thing.
I remember baby memories too. So this is good. I'm glad, because some people can't remember stuff since they can't remember stuff up to 8 years old.
What?
Yeah, some people
8 years old?
I've literally heard people say I can't remember anything before 8.
That's trauma.
Yeah. Ooh, let's not end it on trauma. Good news, everyone.
Good news.
The Holodeau Media Podcast.
What We Do in the Shadows is really good. I just caught up on it.
Yeah, Avatar, The Last Airbender, one of the greatest cartoons, animes ever.
Clone Wars is brilliant.
Yeah, it's all great.
Rebels, yeah, that's right. What else have we talked about? Cinemas are open. It's a bit weird,
A
but
Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors is the best Nightmare on Elm Street so far.
Debatable.
Yeah, okay.
Dream.
So far, because I've only watched the first 3.
Okay. I like number 4 because it turns into Buffy.
I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, well, sod it. That's it, isn't it?
That's everything.
Okay, so you no longer need to follow us on Twitter at @screen_bucket. You can just go straight to @Holodeau Media.
How exciting!
On Twitter and Instagram. And if you do like what we do follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/Holodeau.
I'll be able to remember it now. It was the underscore always. That's what always threw me after 50 frickin' episodes.
Oh, and bloody watch Quaggers. Bloody people.
Watch Quaggers. It's on our website.
HolodeauMedia.vhx.tv. The link is on the website.
It's cheaper to watch our wonderful film than the price of a cup of coffee.
It's 1/30th of the price of seeing Mulan.
Yeah.
That wasn't news.
And it's 100. No. Do you know what?
Screw Mulan.
Oh, screw Mulan.
Mulan can go to hell for all I care.
Hell in a handbasket. Right. That's enough. Cheers. Bye.